Do you suffer from brain fog, feeling like you can't think sharply or lacking focus? Do you experience lapses in your memory, which is at a worrying stage? Do you also stay up late at night, tossing and turning, afraid of what will happen to you when you're older, like dementia or Alzheimer's disease? So hi, my name is Sulin, and I empower people to live healthier lives physically, mentally, spiritually and emotionally through a holistic wellness movement. And today I'm going to give you 6 anti-aging tips to keep our brain young. The first of all, we have to move our body. So the best advice that I can give you to keep your brain healthy and young are aerobic exercises. Not only that, if it's combined with some weight training, studies have shown the best outcomes for those engaging in these both types of exercises, because as we age, our brain cells or neurons lose the 3 branch-like connections between them, and these connections or synapses are essential to thoughts and recalling of memory, long-term and short-term memory. So once we move our body physically exercising, we are increasing the blood circulation through our body and especially to our brain. So perhaps the most striking brain research today is the strong evidence we now have that exercise may slow down some kinds of mental decline, and it may even restore memory. And fit people who does a lot of regular exercises have sharper brains, and people who are out of shape but then after that they get into shape also sharpen up their brains. So this second finding is crucial and important, because it seems that working out makes you smarter, and it does so at all stages of life. Even if you are out of shape and you start exercising, you can actually reverse that your brain health. So moving on, number 2 is we have another path is to feed your brain, which is through our stomach to a better brain. We've all heard that antioxidants are cancer fighters, but eating foods that contain these molecules, which are antioxidants, also neutralize the harmful free radicals, which is good for the brain too. Free radicals may break down the neurons in our brains, and many colorful fruits and vegetables are packed with antioxidants, as are some beans, whole grains, nuts and spices. So the best thing you can eat for your body are also best things you can eat for your brain. I'm going to go more deep in depth tomorrow about how we can better feed our brain through our stomach, through the diet. Okay, so stay tuned for day 2. And third one, use your brain. So our brains naturally start slowing down at the young age of 30. And it used to be thought that this cannot be helped, but people of any age could train their brains to be faster and younger. So the current studies have actually shown that our brain is, we can actually adapt. There's neuroplasticity, and our brain is a learning machine. So whenever it's not a fixed thing, but not a fixed structure, it can be adapted and it can change over time as we train our brain. So our brain is actually a learning machine, and there are exercises for the mind. And the biggest finding in brain research in the last 10 years is that the brain at any age is highly adaptable or plastic. So as neurologists put it, so if you ask your brain to learn, it will learn, and it may speed up in the process. So don't worry, so long as you exercise your brain, you give them some kind of skills to learn. So to keep your brain young and supple, you can do one of the million new activities that challenge and excite you, such as playing a new sport like playing ping pong, or doing jigsaw puzzles, learning a new language, or dancing, or learning some kind of musical instruments, building certain kind of airplane, the small one, or this learning some kind of new skills okay, that is to exercise your brain. So long as you do something that require your brain to focus, and it also excites your brain, that you love engaging in that activity, it's a good exercise for your brain, your mind, and you will keep your brain young and healthy. Okay, so moving on, tip number 4 is to stay calm, because traumatic stress is bad for our brain cells. Stress can disturb the cognitive processes such as learning and memory, and consequently limit the quality of human life. So one example is a part of the brain called the hippocampus, which is a primary place of memory formation, but which can be seriously debilitated by chronic stress. Yeah, so we need to keep on staying calm through such calming exercises like yoga or meditation. Okay, so are we going more in depth in this? What kind of different kinds of meditation that you can do to help calm our mind, and therefore as a result keep our brain young and healthy. Okay, so of course physical exercise is also a great distressor, and as well as calming activities like yoga, meditation also. Okay, number 5 is give your brain a rest, which is sleep. So because we cannot underestimate the creative benefit of sleep. So in a study involving video games, researchers found that people who took a nap were twice as likely to solve the puzzle in the game as compared to those who stayed awake. So the theory is that the sleeping brain is vastly capable of synthesizing complex information. So when you take naps or you give your brain a rest, your brain is more likely to solve a very complex puzzle. Okay, you can experiment it yourself. Last but not least, you need to inject humor in your life. Laugh a little. So humor stimulates the parts of our brain that use the feel-good chemical messenger dopamine. And in fact, laughter is pleasurable and even addictive to the brain. And studies show that people who watch funny video, to those who sat without any distractions and tested their memory, and they found that people who watch the funny video not only score better on the memory test, but as a bonus, they had less of the stress hormone cortisol. So I hope that you find that these 6 anti-aging tips helpful and of value. If you do share this video, and stay tuned for day 2, where I will be going more in depth about some food that help you become smarter for the brain food. Okay, so